Hey guys, how's it going today? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today we are going to finish off our Imersite build that we started last time. And by last time, I mean the stream that I did yesterday. If you haven't seen that, I will leave a link to the VOD in the description below. As you can see here, we got quite a bit done. We got the crushing done, and then we got all the Imersium sulfide builds basically done. The only thing that we have left to do is finish off some piping for the Imersium sulfide and then piping in the sulfuric acid to the actual builds. So we're going to start with that, and then after that, we still have a few more things that we have to do. We have to do the fine Imersite powder recipe, and we have to do that here for both the plates and then also for the crystals. And then we also have to finish shipping in nitric acid, which we have trains ready for silicon and rare metals. But we're going to need to do a train for nitric acid. And then we're going to have to hook everything up together to get it all working. So the goal is to have Imersium plates and Imersium crystals done by hopefully the end of the episode, which I am hoping does not take too incredibly long. But as I said, we do have quite a bit to do here still. So, and let's look at this one more time. How much are we making of this every minute? So this is we're making 5,500 plus 6,000. So we're making 11,600 roughly a minute. So we definitely need to have separate pipes. I was thinking about connecting up the pipes, but we want to have definitely separate pipes for those. Okay, and obviously I still have a lot of modules to do. I only was able to do this row here and then a little bit of this row. So we have a lot of speed modules left to add to this build, and not to mention we have a lot of speed modules left for the rest of our builds as well. So we have a lot of modules that we're short on, so we definitely need to increase our production there. But let's get this rolling. And how are we going to do this? I like to connect it up so that they all start working at once. So I think that this is probably the best way to do it. We connect up like this, and that's not going to work exactly nicely. But we'll just bring it out like this. That's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. And I guess we don't need to actually do anything with these belts because they're not going any further. So that works out nicely. And then this is sulfuric acid here to here, and then we can just pipe this across because, as I said, we don't have to do anything with these belts. They end there. So that works out very nicely, and then all we have left to do is hook this up here, and they should all start working. Ooh, check out that cool, like, gray color. Oh, man, look at these things. They look freaking awesome. And why is this one not working? Well, that's because I didn't hook it up, so that would be why. But okay, so it looks like that these belts probably are not fast enough. Okay, we have blue belts, and shortly we should, well, let's see, where are green belts? I don't even know. Let's just look up belts. No belt, no belt. Well, you got these belts, but I'm thinking more of the Krastorio 2 belts that we might be able to use, and I don't see them anywhere. Well, I'll have to look. Oh, right, they're right here. Just kidding. Haha. Okay, so we need to do material science 1 for it. Okay, well, we're not going to do that for a while still, probably, but we can at least grab blue belts and upgrade all these, because as you can see, it is nowhere near reaching the end of these, and we need all of these to be working at the same time for this to work. And why are these not working? Too much sand, and there's too much sand because these belts are too slow. So we need to do a couple things. We need to upgrade basically all of these belts to blue belts. That's number 1, which is fine. We're also going to need to start exporting this sand because I have a feeling that this warehouse is going to be full very, very quickly. But hey, look, we're getting Imersium sulfide, so that's good for now. That's good for me. Just from here, we'll keep going, and then we'll do the upgrades of like belts and stuff at the end. So first things first is doing this fine Imersite powder. And we need, let's see, 0.7, and we also need 3.8. So we need a total of 5 industrial furnaces, turning this Imersium sulfide into, and you know what I'm thinking? I think that these might have to be upgraded to steel belts, because these, or belts, pipes, because these probably do not hold enough Imersium sulfide and probably can't transport it quickly enough. But we'll see, we'll see. All right, so we need, like I said, we need 5 of these. So if we do this, fine Imersite powder. All right, so we have inputs like this, and then we have an output here, okay? So I just wanna make sure that we can fit all of our inputs and whatnot. So we need this, and then we're of course going to have nitric acid coming in. And then this is gonna be the Imersium sulfide. And I guess for the Imersium sulfide, we are gonna kind of have to hook up all of the pipes together, looks like. All right, so let's just hook these up. And then here, we'll come out this direction. And this can hook up here. These cannot hook up together here, but they can hook up together here. And then we'll try and add as many pipes as we can. Okay, and then this, we'll need one more input here. And we can power this. And then this is gonna come out, this nitrogen is gonna come out, and we'll have, let's see, how much nitrogen are we gonna output a minute? 4,000? All right. This, I don't know how much this is gonna use, or how much it's gonna burn off at once, but I feel like that this should be enough flare stacks to burn off the nitrogen. That's just my guess. Okay, and then we're gonna copy this. Oh wait, we're not. We need to do one more thing. We need to output our fine Imersite powder. And so that's gonna come here. Okay, and how much of this are we making in a minute? This is gonna be 6,000. That is gonna be 2 red belts. So we need to have these 2 doing 1 belt, and then these 2 will do their own belt as well. Yeah, this will work. And then we can hook up the nitrogen here. And then I just need to hook this up. I was like, why is this not powered? It should be. Okay, there we go. And then we need one more building doing this, and it should all fit on, if this one alternates between the 2 belts, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. It should be able to output correctly, I think. So we do 1 output here and 1 output down here. So it's alternating between these 2 belts. We should be able to fill up the belts evenly. Okay, so that is all the inputs. We need to hook up the Imersium sulfide here. Okay, so I think that's all of the Imersium sulfide hooked up. All right, we're just gonna make sure that there's a lot of piping, hooking things up. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way that we can increase throughput if we need to, but I'm not sure if we need to. It is unclear to me at this moment, cause yeah. So this makes 11,000, and you're saying that I'm going to use all of that? Oh, part of the Imersium sulfide is used for Imersite crystals. Okay, good. So it's not all having to go to these 5 buildings. Okay, I was gonna say, like, this is using 16 every 10 seconds. That does not seem to add up to that full amount, but now it makes sense. Okay, great. So then we're gonna have this. This is gonna be our fine Imersite powder, and it should be 2 roughly full belts, I think. So let's actually, or no, not two roughly full belts. I think it's good. Let's look. So we have 5,000, or let's look at products. We have 5,500, 6,500. Oh, okay, we might need fast belts here too. I think that this is gonna end up overflowing. Oh well. We're gonna do the best that we can with what we have. But okay, we might, and we can also put belts on, we can move this and put more belts in here if we need to, depending on how the output is going. And let's pick some more researches while we are at it. Let's see, weapon shooting speed. Sure, we'll do that. Let's do laser shooting speed. Let's do advanced exoskeleton, because it'd be fun to walk around fast. Mark II roboports. Energy science pack, yes. And swarm safety 1, and mining prod. Cool. A lot of researches that'll keep us going for a while. Okay, so then this is basically ready to work. We just need to bring in nitric acid. So let's just copy this little exit here and line it up, and hopefully this will go pretty easily. No, it will not. This is lined up here. Okay, nice. All right, trains are working correctly, it looks like. This probably should be chain signals all the way through, just to make sure that trains stop there. And then this will be, I don't know that we're gonna have nitric acid drop anywhere else, but we're gonna pretend like we're going to anyways. There we go. And then let's come over to our nitric acid train that we don't have set up. Okay, so we need to set that up. I guess we'll go do that right now. All right, so I will head down there, and I'll see you there. Okay, guys, so we're down here. I just put this little bit of rail in. And let's see, we need to signal it. There we go. So now we've got 3 trains coming off this little offshoot, which works out hopefully nicely enough. I don't think that these trains are going to be highly trafficked enough that it's going to bother. Any of these 3 trains are going to be so highly trafficked that it's going to cause issues. I just don't foresee that happening. We also need a tanker wagon, so let's grab 1 of those only. Just need 1. And in the meantime, we can set up doing the export, or the, what am I talking about? The import for the rocket fuel for our train. And then we have nitric acid down here, and as you can see, we greatly expanded that, and that was part of our live stream yesterday. So if you want to watch that, I will leave the link in the description below. And we should have our tanker wagon now somewhere. There it is. All right, those are importing. Then we're gonna put tanks here. I always like to do this. It just makes doing trains way more efficient when loading them. And then how are we going to pipe this? We can bring a pipe right up here and hook it up like this. There we go. And that is going to start filling up the nitric acid. Let's put another train down. And then we'll figure out colors later. This is going to be nitric acid pickup. There we go. And so now we're going to have, apparently it cannot access our drop station, so we'll have to figure that one out. But we're going to have pickup, and pickup is going to be full cargo. And then we're going to have drop, and that's going to be empty cargo. And since we don't have more than 1 station right now, we don't need to worry about that. I think what might be the issue is it's only going 1 direction out of here. Yeah, okay. That is indeed the issue. So let's clean up some of these trees so that we can see what the heck we're doing. And then we are going to come, let's see, we're going to come this direction. Okay, got to move that as well. And let's see, this, nope, right here, there we go. And then we need to come out like this, I guess. Okay, So this is going to be out, and in is also going to be a chain signal. This is going to be a chain signal coming in. This is a chain. This is going out here. And then this here. Why does this not like it? I think it's because there needs to be like another signal in here. Yeah, that's why. There needs to be like a signal in here, and there is not. So let's move this track a little bit. We can do it by moving it back a little bit like this. That way we can fit in some signals. So there needs to be a signal here, chain signal here, chain signal here. Okay, I think that is everything. And let's just look at our little blocks. So this is one block here, and we have this chain signaled correctly, I believe. So I think that this will be fine. It's a little bit messy, but I think it'll work. And this should now have access to the drop station like we're expecting. And it does. Nice. So let's head out there, and let's... Oh, didn't crash. Love to see it. I was worried there for a second, actually. I don't know why. They definitely looked like they were about to crash, but not quite. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna drop off our nitric acid load that we have. So again, let's do 2 pumps out, 1, 2 tanks, connect it here, and then we can pull over a substation, and zoop, we have some nitric acid. And I love how this works. Like, so regular sulfuric acid, you can see that it's like filling up the tank from the bottom. Nitric acid, it like fills up from the top down, like it's like more like a gas liquid than a fluid liquid, which is kind of cool. Okay, so then this pipe right here is supposed to be the nitric acid, so we'll hook that up, and these should start working. There we go. Now, of course, the one thing that I've forgotten to do is beacon it. So let's see, we should be able to fit, let's move this so that we can fit beacons in here, because I'm a dummy and I forgot to do beacons, and of course you want to have beacons. Alright, so do this, and apparently this does not take prod mods for some reason, so no prod mods on that. And then we need to hook up the nitric acid again, which is fine. Alright, so there we go. Alright, that works out very nicely, I think. Why are these not working? Too much powder? Okay, makes sense. And we're going to be out of speed modules once again here, but let's just, I guess you can't walk through those. Let's just quickly drop them off in these buildings so that we get a full refill. And we'll have to, as I said, we'll have to keep an eye on this powder. I think that these 2 belts might not be enough, so we might end up having to redo this design so that we can fit in more belts and also still do the beacons. Because right now the beacon, well, this beacon at least would need to move. But we could just move it up, and then we could just move this build down like a tile, which would be pretty painless. So we'll have to see. Okay, so that is fine Imersite powder, and we're dealing with the byproducts of nitrogen. Now we need to deal with, and I wonder if this is full, 20,000 sand. Dang. Okay, so, and we got our train back, and look at that, we got some full tanks here, which is awesome. Okay, so the next part of the build is actually taking the fine Imersite powder and making both plates and crystals with it. So the crystals, we need silicon, and the plates, we need rare metals. We have trains set up for both of those because I did that on the live stream. The question is, where the heck are we going to bring them in? Because we're now starting to encroach a bit on this copper build, so we can't exactly have the trains come in here. So we can have the trains, I guess, come in this direction off the side, which seems reasonable, I suppose. So let's just assume that those trains are there, and let's work on setting these up. So let's do the plates first because it's a little bit more simple. So there is a byproduct of sulfur, So we're gonna have to deal with sulfur coming out, and we're gonna have to inject that into our main base. Not really sure what we're gonna do with it, but we'll figure it out. And that is 10 industrial furnaces. So let's put those down. So let's see. Let's start with one. And we got Imersium plate. Okay. So this needs 32 fine Imersite powder. Again, I definitely think we're going to have to upgrade these belts. 32 fine Imersite powder and 8 rare metals to make 4 Imersium plates and 2 sulfur. So let's see if we can come up with a cool build for this. So we're going to put a belt through the middle. And actually, let's not do it all the way out because we'll put a beacon in between these buildings. So if we do a beacon that's just touching like this, right? We can hit 6 buildings, but we only need to do 10 anyways, so whatever. And then this can come across like this. And so I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 input belts on the outside. One is going to be for rare metals, which we'll have like rare metals come up this direction, I guess. Okay, and then we'll have rare metals split here. And then we'll have it come down this way and come here. Okay, very good. So we'll have the train come in, I don't know, somewhere over here. Okay, and then we're gonna have some long-handed inserters, and how many? This is 20 seconds, 8 rare metals. Yeah, we'll do 2. I mean, they can fit for sure, because these things are so big. So I don't have a problem doing that. And let's extend this out. And then we're gonna definitely need fast inserters for the powder. So this is gonna be for the powder. I don't think that we need 2 of them, but we're gonna do 2 of them anyways. And then this lines up nicely here. There we go. And then we can also do substation here, and I guess here. And that's gonna be most of our build, honestly. So let's just double this then. Yeah, honestly, that'll work out fine. Because even though we only need 10 buildings here, so that actually works out perfectly. That is exactly 10 buildings. And then we have prod mods. We don't have any speed mods, and that is just enough to fill all of those buildings, which is kind of nuts. So let's power this. All right, so we're almost ready to make. And I guess we need to split this belt probably. Nah, we're gonna add another belt here right now, actually. All right, so here we go. This has got to move one further. Okay. Yeah, we can. It's still reaching, I think. Yes, it's still reaching for sure. Okay, so let's do this. All right, and then this belt will go straight. Actually, that fits it. That lines up super nicely. That'll go straight over here. And we'll start going into these furnaces. So that's all these furnaces dealt with. Okay, so that's plates basically done. Last thing we need to do is just include rare metals coming off of this track here. So let's see. Does this work out correctly? Yes, I think so. Except that we need to get rid of this signal. Okay, so let's get rid of this signal and try this again. And let's move it up as far as we can. There we go. Just because we want to leave room for our silicon train that's going to have to come in for the crystals. So here we go. And this probably actually will be two trains coming in here, I would think. One to pick up plates, or we can pick up plates and sulfur at the same time. I don't see why not. Like, we can split it 50-50, or whatever the ratio of this is, right? We can split it 75% to Imersium and 25% to sulfur. I think that seems like a pretty reasonable idea, actually. So we'll let's pick up these rocks so we can see where we can actually place stuff. And then this we'll put right here. And this is going to be Imersium plates, and it's going to be sulfur pickup. So it's going to do both at the same time. And let's pick up these belts that are a little bit long and get rid of this powder. There we go. Okay, and then of course we do need to output still, which I totally forgot to do. Whoops. So we'll output. This will be easy. And we should not have any issues with belt here because, again, our goal was to make half of a belt per minute. So that should not be an issue whatsoever. And let's see. In terms of how are we going to do this? Are we going to do a 1-1-1 or a 1-2-1? Probably just a 1-1-1, I would guess. I don't think we're doing this fast enough to need a bigger train at the moment. So we'll just put that in here, and then we'll do stack inserters here, and we'll do filtering in the actual train car that will correctly handle what needs to be output. So cool. And then we just need to extend this belt down further here and further here. And so that's going to be the pickup of the plates. And as I said, there's going to be 2 trains here because the other train needs to do rare metals drop. Actually, you know what? Let's switch these around. So this one's going to do the rare metals drop because we already have this belt coming in up here for that specifically, which is what we were planning on. And then it'll be just a little bit easier to switch around, switch this around to come down here. So that works out fine. There we go. And then we'll put this here, and then just copy this, and then this one we'll rename to be, this one is going to be Imersium plates, and then it's going to be rare metals drop. Okay. So I think that's good. And then we can come down here to the train that we actually have set up for rare metals, which now I have to find it. It's right over here. There it is. And this will be, geez, so many stations here. Let's see. This is going to be rare metals pickup, and we're going to say full cargo. And then it's going to be rare metals Imersium plate drop empty go. And it can't go. Why exactly? All right, time to figure this one out. Let's come look down here at this. Well, oh, right here. This is probably why. There we go. And let's just signal this correctly. So out and out, and then out and out. And this down here would also be the reason. And this needs to be a chain signal coming in, just so that we stop here if there's trains coming through here. And I think that that is good. Yeah, we only have one way that we're coming in right now. And I think this is our train coming in. It sure is. Very cool. And then we can copy this color over because I think that looks awesome. And check it out. We've got this. We do not need a full warehouse of this, by the way. We are not going to let them do that to us. We're going to do like this. Okay? We do not need a full warehouse of rare metals here. That would just be absurd. But okay, so we should start getting some output here. And of course it's going to be very slow right now because we have no speed modules. Maybe we'll grab speed modules. We're going to steal some speed modules from here. We need a bunch. We'll have a few left over, but that's okay. So we needed 16. Okay, so we have 4 left over. We'll put them back over here. But now these things are going to be, excuse me, working very quickly. And we do have our warehouse starting to fill up over here. And we can, oh shoot, it needs to be moved over one tile. Whoopsies. Okay, so let's do output here. There we go. And then we need to do belt there, input, and then we can put all of our crap back. Hey, so look at that. We've got Imersium plates being made, which I love to see. And what exactly do we need for this science again? That's the question. And look at this. We're getting a bunch of stuff now that we're starting to research these astronomic and energy sciences. We've got catalogs and all sorts of things. So we'll work on that as soon as we're done with this optimization tech card, which we are very close to, actually. So we've got plates being made, and then we just need to finish off the crystals. Okay, very cool. But hey, check it out. So this is working as expected. Again, we do need to upgrade these belts to be blue belts and probably add one more belt in here because, excuse me, we still have this entire thing for crystals to be done, and we need 37 chemical plants doing it, which is a lot. So throughput is definitely going to be an issue here, I think. So we can start setting these up down here, and what exactly do they take again? I'm losing my mind. Okay, so it's 3 inputs, 2 outputs. So we output sulfur, which is annoying. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so it looks like we'll be able to split the belt between silicon and fine imersite powder. I guess. Is there another building that does this, by the way? Like, if we come over here, can we switch this? Well, we don't have advanced chemical plants as much as I would like that. And we could do a biochem facility. But then we have to go up to space to craft them. But it only takes 9 machines then. We're going to see if we can do it with this. And if not, then we'll switch to the biochem facilities. But at least we have another option for doing it. So let's see. This is going to do this. So we need the imersium sulfide, powder, and silicon. Great. Okay, so the powder can come in here, and we'll join it with the silicon like this. Okay, so this will be powder. And I guess for now, we'll do it like this. All right, so there's powder. And then this will be silicon, which we can bring in down here, I guess right below this one. And we needed a lot of these buildings. Okay, so then we also need to do imersium sulfide coming in, like this. We also need stack inserters. Sheesh, this is quite the setup here. And then we can run this pipe all the way down here for imersium sulfide. Okay, so we're getting imersium sulfide. This is nuts. Okay, then we're gonna output here. And we also want to fit in our beacons as well somehow. So we can fit in a beacon like here. So then we have to like plan around that somehow too. Okay. Okay, so we need to do inserter. Yeah, so we'll do it like this. Inserter, 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 inserter. And then we'll have more inserters here. Oops, let's try and do this again. We should be able to do this actually. Like this, like this. Okay, this is nuts. Trying to get all these inputs and then dealing with all the outputs and throughput issues with belts and things like that. So this build is actually a lot harder, I think, than it seems at face value. And then we can copy, well, we can copy these plants, I guess. And let's try and line them up correctly. Then we can copy all of this stuff down here and paste it like this. And then we'll just have to reverse the belts. So these belts are gonna have to come in like this. So this is a block of 8 machines then. And we'll of course need to prod mod all of these. And then, let's see, silicon. Oh boy, I'm not liking the fact that we really have no extra room here. This is a little bit worrying to me, just because I feel like we're gonna have silicon throughput issues and or powder throughput issues, right? So this is gonna take 30 seconds, and our belts move 30 items per second. So I literally just think this entire setup needs blue belts. That's I think what it comes down to. And hey, check it out, we got 3.4 thousand plates, which is awesome. But okay, so this is gonna need oh, you know what we can do? Not that. We can have this belt not come in through here. We can have this belt be like an extra auxiliary belt to go down the side with silicon. And we could actually do like a second belt of this whole thing and like go halfway down the build, or even split the build into 2 builds, which might even be better for throughput. Because let's blueprint this out, right? So we actually are only going to have 1 belt here, so we don't need to copy both belts, right? So this is going to be 8 machines, and then this is 16 machines. Okay. And then we needed, how many? 40? 37. So 16 machines. And then this is going to be, we'll split it out, okay? Let's do this. Okay, so then this is going to help with throughput at least. So then this is 36, or 32 machines, rather. Yep, 32 machines. I mean, we need 5 more machines. So what we'll just do is we'll just copy another one of these and I guess paste it down over here. We'll have a little bit extra, but I don't think that that will be too much of an issue. So basically for this whole build, we're missing a bunch of speed modules here and here, and then a bunch of prod mods for all of these. Not bad. So that means that we just need 2 more trains coming in over here, 1 to pick up crystals and sulfur, and 1 to pick up or drop off silicon, similar to what we did over here. Yeah, so I just need to grab a bunch of chem plants to finish this off, and pipes and modules. But that is basically the build done. So I think that that is actually going to be it for the episode today, guys. Obviously, you can see what we have to finish, and it's basically exactly what we've already been doing. In between episodes, I will upgrade all of the belts. As you can see, we definitely need to do that. And I might move this build down 1 tile. And then I'll run in some trains here for silicon, which we have we can look at this real quickly just so that I can prove that there is indeed a train for silicon. We have a silicon pickup train, and we have a nice, cool, long entrance there for it. So we have to, we'll have to grab silicon from there, drop it off over here. And yeah, also one last note is that our tracks are becoming not congested by any means. Like, our trains mostly just sit at their stops, wait, and then they end up going. But we do have quite a few trains already, and we're adding a bunch more. So I may start upgrading certain portions of this rail to be 4 lanes, but we'll see if we're having throughput issues. I probably won't do that until we actually start having throughput issues, and then I will. That's always something to keep in mind is, you know, trains can also back up due to throughput issues, same as belts or pipes or anything like that. So it looks like our plates we're kind of getting through all of our Imersite with plates and not with crystals, which is fine. So we have a bunch more work to do to actually keep supplying Imersite successfully, and then we will need to actually work on getting all of that up to do these optimization tech cards. So that will probably all be next episode, guys. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like and or subscribe, and I will see you all on the next episode.